Hello everyone. For this next exercise, we are going to be creating a loop that counts from 1 to 5. So the goal is to use a loop to count from 1 to 5 to display the numbers. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to open your index.html and you're in the Visual Code Studio. If you do not have that, you can download it online for free, and it takes like a few minutes just to download it. And then if you do have the Visual Code Studio, then open up the platform, and then you're gonna open up the file that we've been working on since exercise 1, and it's gonna be index.html. If you do not have an index.html, you can create a new file and name it as index.html. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. So the first thing is everything is going to be pretty basic. We are going to go ahead and change age check. That was from our last exercise. And we're going to do loop exercise. Exercise. Okay, so that's good. We're also going to take out the remaining code that we did for the last exercise. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to add the loop code. So inside the script tags, you're going to go ahead and put in the word for. And then we're also going to so then there is let I equal equal 1 semicolon, then I equal, and this is where you see problems. Whenever you see a squiggly line, that means that there is an error. So you want to make sure that it is fixed. So let's go ahead and finish this up, and then I will show you how to fix the squiggly line, the red squiggly line. But anyways, the next thing that you want to do is you're gonna put, after the equal sign, the number 5 is gonna go in there, and then you're gonna put the semicolon. Then the next thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna put I, and we're gonna put plus plus, and let's click tab. And then the very last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here and console. We're gonna select console.log I, and then we're gonna go ahead and do that. So we're gonna add the semicolon right there after the I that's in the parentheses. And then always make sure that your brackets are there as well. So we do not have the brackets for this one, so we're gonna go ahead and click tab. So now we have them. So let's pause for a moment and understand what's happening. So this loop has 3 parts. It has let I equals starts the counter at 1. I is lesser than 5 and run the loop until 5. I adds 1 each time the loop runs. So it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to go ahead and save this. And then we're going to go back to our folder. And I'm going to refresh again. And then we're going to double click on this. Open. And so in our last few exercises, we have seen, so we've had the pop-up. This is not, we're not going to see a pop-up in this instance because since we use console log with the parentheses, with 1 in the parentheses, the results will not show up in a pop-up. So in order to see the results, you're going to go ahead and right-click, go to Inspect, and then you're going to click on the Console tab. So there is the Console tab. Okay, it's right here. See something. Okay, here we go. So there's the Console tab. So right here, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is the Console tab. So step 7 basically is, this is an experiment, but it's very important. So we're going to go ahead and try changing the loop. So changing the loop count to 10. So let's go back to our Visual Code Studio. And let's go ahead and change the loop. And then the thing we're gonna change is this to be 10 instead of 5. And then that's really it. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this. And then the next thing we want to do is we also want to well, let's go ahead and we're gonna go back over here. What are you doing?
Very cozy.
Yeah. So anyways, let's go ahead and save this. And then we want to go back to our folder, refresh, and then open this up, right click, go to Inspect, and then click the Console tab, and it shows you that it is counting from 1 to 10. So the next thing that we are going to go ahead and do is let's change it up a little bit instead of it being, and so now we want to start from 0. So we're going to change 1 to 0. And then we are going to change 10 to 5. And then we're going to go ahead and console.logic. We're going to go ahead and save this again. And let's go back to our folder, refresh, double click on index.html, then right click, inspect, click on the console, and now it's showing you it's counting from 0 to 5. So if you wanted to see it on a page instead of on the console, this is what you would have to do. We're going to go back to the Visual Code Studio, and it is going to be this. And we're still gonna be the same numbers, but we're gonna change the code a little bit. We're gonna change the code. So it would be document dot write I plus put the parentheses in there, and then we're gonna put BR, and then okay. So then we're gonna close the parentheses and put the semicolon. We're gonna go ahead and go to save. And then let's not go there. Let's go to our folder, double click on index, and there you'll see it like it's on a page. You don't have to go through console. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what did we learn in this lesson? We learned how to repeat coding using a loop, how a counter works, and how to use the browser console for output. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in the next exercise. Thanks. Bye-bye.